Hello everyone. I am the Cenobite storyteller slasher Poe. I have some Cenobite stories for you tonight. My first short story is entitled The Blood Serpent. While Jonathan was impaled on a spike, his vision began to blur and flicker in and out. He yelled out in pain as another spike was inserted into his back and out of his face. He began to thrash violently. It was no use. The jagged metal spike that impaled his semi-conscious body was now buried into the ground, as a constant reminder to the people who tread on this land. The man soaked in blood with the serpent hat looked at the moonlight and raised his sword. From the bottom of his stomach, a beast-like roar roared over the soldiers in front of him. Jonathan slowly turned to his left to see his brother Ville, lifeless, with a metal spear protruding through the side of his jaw. Breathing heavily, starting to feel tired, Jonathan began to weep silently. With the blood draining out of Jonathan's body, leaking down the spear, the man in the serpent hat put his fingers on the bloody spear and wiped it and tasted Jonathan's blood. The Crimson King yelled, "This one will do!" 3 of the serpent soldiers said, "Yes, Crimson King." They began setting up a dining table right under Jonathan's impaled body on the battlefield. A plate, jagged knife and fork, as well as wine glass, was set on the table. The man with the Crimson King sat and proceeded to pick up the knife. Walking underneath Jonathan, the Serpent King sliced the back of the Achilles tendon and put his wine glass underneath Jonathan's foot. The cup began to fill with blood. Jonathan could see the top of the man's crown and hear the man drink from his cup. A loud roar echoed over the army from the Crimson King's mouth. "Blood is the life. Life is the blood." Jonathan began to convulse one last time before fading to black. The Serpent King drank the blood of 1,000 men. Jonathan was only one. Once again, I am the Cenobite storyteller slasher Poe. I hope you are enjoying yourselves this evening. My next short story is entitled Night Terror's Prediction. Night terrors. Shane was having them again. Flashbacks of the demon emerging out of a blood-stained carpet surrounded with candles. It haunted him for years, being locked in a run-down mental asylum for over 13 years. He began to relive this ordeal day in and day out. It's not so much the appearance of the demon that struck him as odd, but what the demon said. The putrid smell of the abomination filled the room. Faint cries and screams followed from the mist coming from the circle. The demon levitated and floated in his direction. The vile creature's face was decayed with maggots falling from the cheek. He came an inch away from his face and began to whisper in his ear. "Thousands of years I have spent searching for you," the decrepit demon said. "I have come to give you eternal life." In a state of shock and stunned, Shane felt a surge of magical dark energy flow through his veins, and a portal opened below their feet, with the screams of the dead echoing in the mist emanating from the portal. The demon grabbed his hand and whispered, "Are you ready to go home, my son?" When he awoke, shaking and convulsing, he felt the vomit fill up the back of his throat with large chunks. He began to thrash on the gurney, contorting his body against the restraints. He could not save himself. Shane suffocated on his own vomit and died, and before Shane passed, he heard the faint whisper from the abomination say, "Welcome home. Thank you for tuning in. I am the Cenobite storyteller Slasher Poe, and these are my Cenobite stories. This next Cenobite story is entitled My Beautiful Corpse. Her skin blue, eyes glazed. We lay here under the stars, talking for hours, listening to the chirps of the birds. It's been 24 hours since she has spoken to me, but I just can't help looking deep into her eyes. She just doesn't care. She loves me. I have been with her for 2 years. I've been waiting for this day forever. She promised when we turned 23 that she would take my hand in marriage. I took her here on this picnic and celebrated our anniversary. She began to tell me awkwardly that she was starting to feel uncomfortable, that the black plastic bags that I pulled out of my car were odd. And I told her it's just for the garbage after we're done with our picnic. She thought nothing of it. She's so smart. She's so cute. I love her so much. When we got to the blanket, we had our basket with food as well as drinks. She began crying, saying we needed time alone. We need to take a break. All I can say is I love her. If I can't have her, nobody can. She's so cute. I love her pale blue skin. She is my beautiful corpse. I hope you have enjoyed our Cenobite stories. I am Slasher Poe. Follow me on Aminos on Creepypasta under Slasher Poe, as well as on Facebook Hell-Raising Horror. And make sure to add our YouTube channel. Subscribe at Backwoods Butcher Chop Block TV. From everyone here at ButcherMedia.com, into the flames you go.